Yo. Yo. Yo.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Patchogue, Long Island, New York for the 2007 OPA Offshore Racing Association's Battle on the Bay here in Long Island, New York. Right now, we're downtown Patchogue, New York on Montauk Highway for the local block party and autograph signing. All of OPA's big teams are down here and signing autographs for all the fans and spectators in this new event for 2007 in Patchogue, New York, brought to you by the Great South Bay Racing, Inc. There you see Outrageous, built here on Long Island by Superboat. Kind of a homecoming for the Superboat teams. There's another classic 30-foot Superboat. This is a 1985 model Team Dock Blood, sister ship to our own freeze-frame offshore race boat. 1985 boat, but this will be the very first race for this new team aboard this 30-foot Superboat powered by a pair of twin 250 XS Mercury outboards. There you see the Miss Geico Caveman boat, 51-foot Outer Limits P1 class boat. There is Strictly Business. Louis the Rigger is the owner, driver of Strictly Business. He helped promote and put on this race here in Patchogue, New York. Team Strictly Business Motorsports, sponsored by LFG Rigging. 35-foot fountain powered by a pair of Mercury Racing JC Performance 525 for Bravo Drive. Running team in the Class 2. There is Scotty Begovich, throttle man for the Miss Geico Offshore Racing Team in their turbine extreme powered boats. pilots these boats, along with Mark Granite, who's behind the wheel. John Hagan is the owner of Team AMF Miss Geico Offshore Racing. Very special thanks to everybody at AMF Offshore for all they do for the promotion of offshore racing and the support they give everyone and every team in offshore racing. Team Miss Geico will be running their 40-foot Platinum Rage this weekend. We see a lot of the crew from Geico AMF Offshore Racing. Tons of fans down here downtown Patchogue for this autograph signing and special event block party. Great way to meet the fans and spectators of offshore racing. Another local team there is JC Performance. Jeff Cropper, the owner, throttle man. Anthony Perry is the driver of this 32-foot activator powered by a single JC Performance racing engine. There's Ed Smith and Johnny Stanch, two of the crew members aboard What's Up Racing. That's the first time out this year for the What's Up 32-foot Viper Hull. There is Keene University. Classic 28-foot Manta race boat right next to them. Even more classic, the Gumata, one of the old Magnum race boats. Many teams here ready to test, but there will be no testing due to heavy fog here in Long Island this weekend. There is White Lightning, one of the pace boats. There's Predator, a couple of their boats on display. Local boat built here. There's the 25-foot Predator, very similar boat to the 24-foot Skater. Long Island built boat. Another local team there, On the Chip Racing. Kurt Cropper, the throttle man. Jimmy Winters, the owner and driver of On the Chip Racing. Hot Licks Racing made it up from Maryland for this event with their 38-foot formula. These guys blew a motor at the last race and spent a lot of time working on this boat, getting the motors rebuilt and ready to go to make it up here to support this Long Island event, the Battle on the Bay. Another shot of the local JC Performance team. There's a local P6 class entry, a Intimidator single outboard boat. This guy's got a lot of guts for coming out here in that little boat and putting on a show. There's a bigger entry, a 35-foot classic Cigarette Team Extreme, another boat up from Maryland for this event here in Long Island. Cancun Cantina, a major sponsor, along with Turkey Point Marina. Another boat from Maryland is Wanted, and they're a 36-foot Cigarette Gladiator. Bill Purnell, the owner and throttle man. Walter Piasecki, the driver. Right beside them is You're in Command, Gino Barone's team. There's Twin Screws Boatwear P419. By R&S Offshore Racing, another 38-foot formula. There you see the Caveman P1 51-foot Outer Limits turbine-powered boat. Awesome little model here on display in the Geico pit area. At first glance, you'd think it was a real boat. It's actually a model radio-controlled boat of the team's 40-foot Platinum. Very well detailed, pretty exacting replica of the big 40-foot boat. Beautiful piece, right down to every detail. There's Team Crockett Marine, P6 entry. Beautiful 26-foot Joker powered by a big Tyler Crockett Marine Engines motor. Very strong running team. Some of the Rendell One Design boats, the 602 boat, the boats for lease. Chris Reindl and crew bring a couple boats to every race. If you want to get your feet wet in racing, this is the way to do it. There's another 30-foot superboat, the 512 entry of Specialized Racing. Classic 30-foot superboat powered by a pair of Mercury outboards. These guys took a win at the last OPA race in St. Clair, Michigan. There's another Class 6 entry, Team Undertow, another old 26-foot course, a great run in offshore boats. Team Undertow. There's that Team Dockblood with their classic 1985 30-foot superboat. First race for this team. Another new team to OPA, a couple races in for these guys. Team Octane in their classic 30-foot Phantom. Beautiful paint job on this boat, running in Class 4, 411. Team Octane. There is legendary John Cohen, owner and founder of Superboats Inc. of Long Island. You can see all the boats lined up, trying to go test, but the weather won't cooperate and the fog is fogging everyone in. Airborne now over the Great South Bay, doing a little footage shot here for Geico with the Geico airplanes and the Biz Geico Offshore race team. Pretty cool shots there with the Geico stunt plane team and the two Geico and the Geico Caveman race boats there. This footage was shot to be used in a commercial at a later date for Geico Racing and AMF Offshore. For the 40-foot Activator White Lightning pace boat here, getting ready for the first of two races at 2007 OPA Battle on the Bay, brought to you by the Great South Bay Racing Association. Great field of boats here in Long Island, New York. Freeze frame video, very proud to be part of this racing action. A lot of racing heritage here off of Long Island and in the Great South Bay. Many local teams over the years have come from here, as well as the former home base for freeze frame video. Great to be home again. Lots of spectators, lots of fans here in Long Island. Should be great racing action. Special thanks to Louis the Rigger and all his team for helping orchestrate this event, as well as the OPA and AMF Offshore Racing for putting all of this together. This is the first of two races. We'll be racing classes 3, 5, and 6 in this first race. Several teams involved here. You see What's Up with their classic 32-foot Viper. Ed and Anthony Smith, along with special guest star John Hagan in the navigator seat. The Gumata team, JC Performance, Keene University, Hot Licks, Papa Duke's Wicked Marine. Rindle One Design has a couple of boats in this race. Team Specialized Racing, Extra, Joker, Syntron, Outrageous, Crockett, Intimidator. Just a huge entry, over 40 entries for this race here at the Battle on the Bay. Again, this will be the first of two races. Looking forward to great racing here. The fog has lifted and we're ready to give you a show on the parade lap right now before the start of race 1. There you see You're in Command coming into your picture now up from Virginia Beach. Gino Marone and crew and the Dragon. Very reminiscent of the good old days of club racing here with all these different boats. Several teams from the national tour here competing. Very reminiscent of some of the early 80s racing action that took place here in Long Island. Here you see JC Performance Racing, another local Long Island team, Jeff Cropper and Anthony Perry. There's Team Wanted, their 36-foot cigarette Gladiator from Maryland and New Jersey, respectively. Walter Piasecki and Bill Purnell aboard Wanted. Gino Marone and team aboard with You're in Command from Virginia Beach. Teams from all over the country here to compete on the Great South Bay in Patchogue, Long Island, New York. That's three Class 3 entries right there. Other boats in Class 3 include What's Up and Hot Licks. Right behind the White Lightning pace boat right now. The green flag's out really quickly. Very choppy start right there. Quickly going to the front, JC Performance Racing. Jeff Cropper putting the throttle down on that big blower motor, home built from JC Performance Racing engines. Going out to the early lead ahead of You're in Command, as well as What's Up, Hot Licks, and Wanted. There is What's Up right just behind right there. But out to the early lead is JC Performance Racing engines. Looking down now, P3-1, the 32-foot Viper Marine hull. Ed Smith is the owner and driver. Anthony Smith on the throttle and John Hagan in the navigator seat. You see quickly catching up to You're in Command and going by. One of the first races of the year for these guys in the 32-foot Viper classic hull with a pair of Bravo Imco Extreme drives on the back. Big power in this old school stand-up V-bottom, but getting the job done right now. Old school versus new school right there. We'll be catching right up to the 32-foot activator sponsored by JC Performance Engines. The waters look to be bumped up a little bit right now, so I'm sure it makes it a little tough on the crew in JC Performance. John Hagan giving the big peace sign in the navigator seat right there as they go by the pit area here in Patchogue. Rounding turn 1, JC Performance still with the lead into turn 1 right now. Just behind them are You're in Command as well as What's Up. Great start there. JC Performance pulling away now. What's Up seems to drop off the pace there. You're in Command just behind. These guys giving it everything they've got to put on a show for their hometown fans. Here you see What's Up back in the picture now after they went out of screens. And look at the thousands of spectators there on the Great South Bay. Again, long heritage of racing here in Long Island, New York, and the spectators have come out for this very well-promoted event by OPA and the Great South Bay Racing Incorporated. Leading overall right now, JC Performance Engines, Jeff Cropper, and Anthony Perry, 32-foot activator. Anthony Perry behind the wheel doing a great job there, really working to keep that boat going. A little choppy for the little 32-footer, but these guys doing a great job. First place overall. You can see Anthony Perry giving Jeff Cropper the sign to put the stick down and let's go. On the right-hand side of the screen there, you can see our freeze-frame video helicopter provided by Air Hamptons from Ronkonkoma, New York. Tony Makati is our pilot, did a great job in helping us capture all this action for you. Right now we're on board with Team JC Performance out front, first place overall at the Battle on the Bay 2007. Jeff Cropper on the right-hand side, Anthony Perry at the wheel. On the left-hand side of the screen, you can see You're in Command Dragon Racing. On the right-hand of the side, it is What's Up. Around in turn one here, you see the pit area with the crane in the background. Screaming along in this 32-foot activated. These guys laying it down right now. Jeff Cropper and Anthony Perry for JC Performance Racing. Other sponsors aboard JC Performance are A Place for Dents, JC Performance Engine really getting the job done. These guys pulling out a big lead or missing the turn or not quite sure what they're doing right there. Somebody missed a turn there. We're just not quite sure who. It looks like it was You're in Command that went too far. What's Up making the turn properly at this point. JC Performance still holding the lead. What's Up gaining some ground right there with any little bit of confusion, making it around You're in Command. Anthony Smith always keeps what's up running very strong. He's great throttleman. Ed Smith behind the wheel keeping it on track. John Hagan doing a great job with balance. A very special thanks to John Hagan from AMF and this Geico Racing for making all this possible, and all the production assistance from AMF over the years and all year long. Here you see big John Hagan giving peace signs to the spectators and everyone else. And what's up? Motoring along, second place currently in P3 class. Choppy waters here in Patchogue, New York for the Battle on the Bay 2007, brought to you by the Great South Bay Racing Incorporated. Beautiful A-Star helicopter right there. That is the Angel One there. David DiPetrillo in crew, keeping an eye over everybody, making sure everyone is safe. There you see You're in Command coming back in the picture now, trying to play catch-up after that little navigation miscue. Both these boats trying to chase down JC Performance right now. Coming down now on Hot Licks in their 38-foot Formula, based out of Maryland. It is a 1999 Formula 3082 Fastech powered by a pair of Mercury 600 horsepower inboards with Bravo drives. The owner is Bobby Baumgarten, who is also the throttle man. The driver is Pat Ryder. Hot Licks Guitar Shop, the main sponsor aboard. Newburgh Marine, GAN, J. Johnson Enterprises, Gibbons Construction, Ryder's Welding and Propeller, and Hotel Charles are sponsors aboard the 371. The crew includes Joe Perry and Dustin Reeder. Very special thanks to all the sponsors aboard Hot Licks who make their racing season possible. This team based out of Lexington Park, Maryland. Guys put on a good show all year long, doing a great job in this former Factory 2 Formula. Now Class 3, number 71, Hot Licks Racing. Bobby Baumgarten and Pat Ryder. Go on board. Looks like just a cruise for these guys in that big Formula. Topics in the Class 3 battling right now with JC Performance. What's up? Wanted, and you're in command in Class 3. As they make their way around the corner here at the Great South Phase Battle on the Bay. There you see Wanted in their 36-foot cigarette Gladiator. Bay racing probably not well suited to this big cigarette. These guys eat up the rough water, making their way around the course right now. Bill Purnell and Walter Piasecki, Team Wanted, both based out of Ocean City, Maryland. This is a beautiful 2003 36-foot cigarette Gladiator. Sponsors aboard Team Wanted include Allied Builders, Pepsi Bottling Ventures, the Atlantic Hotel MD.com, David Horsey and Sons, and Gruto's Pizza. Atlantic Hotel in Ocean City, Maryland, one of the main sponsors from the Ocean City race, is owned by the Purnell family. Very great sponsor for that event, longtime supporter of offshore racing. 377 Wanted. Bill Purnell is the owner and throttle man. Drivers Walter Piasecki from Point Pleasant, New Jersey. Crew members include Lee Beck and Gene Gray. Check out AtlanticHotelOCMD.com for more information on the Purnell Family Hotel in Ocean City, Maryland. Great place to stay when you're in the Ocean City area. Team Wanted. These guys came off a big win in the last race in St. Clair, Michigan. After rolling their boat in testing, spent all night working on the boat, have lots of help, put it back together, and won the race the next day. Right now, they're trying to chase down the leaders in the Class 3. Still running strong at the Great South Phase Battle on the Bay 2007 with the APBA. Quick glimpse there of the pit area, the crane area there, all the spectators right along the bay here in Patchogue. Coming down now on the Team Specialized 5-12, 30-foot. Superboat Tempest, powered by a pair of Mercury 2.5-liter outboards. Another team that won at the last race in St. Clair, Michigan. Mark Gallagher is the owner and driver of this 30-foot superboat. Joe Fleiss is the throttle man. We got a great battle going on right now in Class 5. These guys trying to keep up their winning ways. That is Kumada right behind them there in their classic 28-foot Magnum Marine. Team Specialized and Kumada doing battle in Class 5. 538 is a 1977 27-foot Magnum. The other competitors close behind right there. You can see all the spectators here in the Great South Bay. Great boating and performance boating community come out to watch this racing action. Kumada sponsors include Mamoli Rogers Motor, powered by a single 650 horsepower inboard. They were the champions of 2007 in Ocean City. Jerry Mamoli is the owner and throttle man aboard this 27-foot Magnum. Fred McManus Jr. is the driver. Fred McManus Sr. is the navigator. Crew includes Terry Henningsen. The former Grumpy Old Men race boat, repainted the original old school colors. Team Kumada, based out of New Jersey. Great side-by-side battle here in Class 5. between APBA and Specialized. Two classic race boats, the 30-foot Superboat and the 27-foot Magnum. Heading into the corner here right now, battling it out. Very different lines making their way around that corner. Armada definitely with the advantage, taking the lead now ahead of Specialized in Class 5. Background picture now, you see the bright green colors. That is Team Powerboat 566. Trying to chase down Specialized and APBA right now. Making their way up right now is the 566. It's a 1981 24-foot Carrera. Currently battling for third place in Class 5 with Team Outrageous. Outrageous is Eddie Simmons and Mark Henderson aboard this 30-foot Y2K Superboat. Former Factory 1 race boat, now running in Class 5, 568 Team Outrageous from Virginia. Right beside them is Papa Duke, sponsored by Mama and Papa Duke's, What's Up Motorsports, and Wicked Performance. Chris Carbone is the owner and driver. Jason Wolfman is the throttle man, and Eddie Suzuki is the navigator. Warren Exner and Dante Napoli are the crew from Papa Duke's. Papa Duke's making a great line through the corner right there. Sliding it just a little bit, but able to hang on. As Outrageous tried to take their line, those guys did a great job in Papa Duke's around that corner the way they did. Trying to protect their lane now, moving back across. A great battle here in Class 5. Of Outrageous, Mark Henderson and Eddie Simmons pulling away from Papa Duke's just a little bit. 30-foot Superboat that is Outrageous, built in 2001. Sponsored by Sterling Resorts of Destin, Florida, Monty Klein Racing Engines, the Dover Company's Contract Home Builders, and Superboat Powerboat. With Papa Duke's right now, though, these guys battling out in the smallest boat in the class. Great job for these guys in their 24-foot Carrera. Been together for a few years now. Chris Carbone at the wheel doing a great job. Jay Wolfman on the throttle, and Eddie Suzuki in the navigator seat. Coming down now on the little 21-foot Intimidator. Herb Terry at the wheel and on the throttle. Chris Cooper in the navigator seat. These guys doing a great job in the Class 6 in this little outboard powered 21-foot Intimidator. You see these guys every couple years. They show up to a couple of the calm water races in this single outboard boat. One of the few guys with the ones big enough to show up and actually race their single outboard. These guys spent a lot of time on screamandfly.com, and all the guys from the Great South Bay Racing Association talk about racing all these races, but the only one that ever show up in the past 2 or 3 seasons was Team Intimidator. A lot of very famous racers got their start racing in boats exactly like this in the late 70s, early 80s. Some of them include Tony Caligari from Ocean Outboard, Joey Imprescia from East Coast Marine, J.D. D'Elia of Special Edition, and many more racers from the Connecticut, Long Island area started in these 21-foot single outboards many years ago. Great way to start racing and hone your performance boating skills in any single outboard little V-bottom like this. But right now, Herb Terry and Chris Cooper running around the course in Class 6 doing a great job. Intimidator Powerboat from Long Island, New York. Coming down now on Dock Flood in their 1984 30-foot Superboat. The owner and driver, as well as throttleman, is Joseph Farrar, and the navigator is Brian Wheel. Classic 30-foot Superboat, big pair of 2.5 250 XS outboards on the back of this 30-foot Superboat. The extension bracket. As we said earlier, this is a sister ship to the freeze frame video 30-foot Superboat that was class champion for several years in the early 80s. These guys doing their great job in their first race ever for Team Dock Flood. Big thumbs up to Team Dock Flood in their first race. Bitten by the offshore racing bug. Welcome to offshore racing to Team Dock Flood from Freeze Frame Video. You can see the big Freeze Frame Video sticker on the back deck of the 30-foot Superboat. The throttle's pinned down right there. Got to mash down. These guys having some fun here in the OPA Great South Bay Battle on the Bay. $11 boats in Class 5, so these guys are having a great time doing battle with the likes of Keen, Outrageous, Gumata, Motor City, Cintron, Herbot, Joker, Wicked, Extras, and Specialized. Coming down now, this is Team Extras in their 29-foot Fountain, former Factory 1 race boat, right beside Dock Flood. There is 505. 29-foot fountain. Team Extras is James E. Kennard, he is the throttle man, and Chris Gerganetti is the driver. Former Factory One race boat. This is a 29-foot fountain with a Mercury inboard, Bravo XR drive. These guys battling along in Class 5. Coming down now, this is 530. It's a 1984-foot, 28-foot man. I get passed right now by You're in Command in Class 3. There we are going by Undertow, a boat in Class 6. Two different class boats going to do a little battle right here in the Keene University. The owner and throttle man is John Schmidt from Flemington, New Jersey. Ryan Amato is the navigator. The driver is Scott Rogers Jr. The crew consists of Jenny Schmidt. These guys doing a great job in this classic 28-foot Manta. They got the Keene University sponsorship. There you see pulling away now from the 611, the Team Undertow. It's a 1979 26-foot Corsa. Cotner Horse Trailers, Cotner Trailers, Bud Wilson's Auto Service are sponsors aboard Team Undertow. The Smith Brothers Racing. Pete Smith is the owner. Richie Smith is the throttle man, and the crew is Bud Wilson. Guys, a long-standing family of offshore racing. They also went car racing for a little while, and 4 divisional class championships followed in the SCCA. He raced Factory One in 1998 and 1999 with U.S. Offshore. Back now, you can see the pit area and all the spectator boats right there by the pit area. Keene University and their 28-foot Manta going by right now. John Schmidt, Scott Rogers, and Ryan Amato aboard Keene University. Great day for racing on the Great South Bay, especially considering the past few days the whole place has been fogged in and nobody's been able to get on the water. The racing gods have watched over us and allowed us to get on the water today and provide the first race in Long Island, New York in many years in freeze frame videos. Very proud to be part of this action. Special thanks to the Strictly Business team for putting all this racing together, as well as AMF and everyone from the OPA. It's been over 20 years since we've raced in Long Island. We're proud to be back and part of it. Keene University in Class 5, powered by a single 600 horsepower Chevrolet inboard with the Bravo drive. On board now with Crockett Racing, Tyler Crockett and George Eisenhart in the Class 6. Other Class 6 boats include Undertow, Intimidator, and Rindle 1 design. These guys just motoring along. Sponsors for Crockett Marine include Image Authentics Marine Wraps, Gathric Precision Instruments, Tyler Crockett Marine Engines, and Joker Powerboats. Based out of Ruby, Michigan, Tyler Crockett Marine Engines. George Eisenhart, the driver, one of the original grumpy old men. There you have it. There is race one from Patchogue, Long Island, up for the Battle on the Bay 2007, brought to you by Great South Bay Racing Incorporated and the OPA. Special thanks to the PatchogueVillage.org for all their support putting this event on, and everyone in Long Island that made this race happen. Very special thanks to John Hagan and the AMF crew for all their help in supporting all things offshore racing. Freestream Video proud to be part of this racing action at home here in Long Island, New York. There you see the AMF Miss Geico camp right there in the pit area. Great job by everyone from the OPA for providing another excellent race here. All the spectators and fans right there. Thousands of boats on the water to get all the racing action. There's the crane area putting all the boats in for race number 2, which we'll have for you on the next DVD. Very special thanks to Air Hampton's helicopter from Ronkonkoma, New York, for providing us with a chopper to provide this racing action. Tony Makadi was our pilot, did a great job. In the Production 3 class, You're in Command was the winner. Hotlicks brought it home in second, while Bill Purnell came home third with Team Wanted. Class 6 winners included the Smith brothers in Team Undertow with their 26-foot Corsa. The Reindl One Design came home in second with Andrew Giancanteri behind the wheel. Intimidator in the little 21-foot single outboard was in third. In Class 5, another win for Team Specialized with their 30-foot superboat. Wicked Marine Papa Dukes finished up in second. The 29-foot Fountain of Extra Racing came home third. There you have it. That was race number 1 from the Great South Bay Battle on the Bay 2007. Freestream Video proud to be able to bring this race to you. Great racing action on the Great South Bay. We look forward to seeing everybody at the next event. Thanks from Freestream. We'll see you soon.